Allez, c'est parti les gars, on va continuer notre petite quête Archon de Fontaine.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Nav?
Oh, so you...
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would...
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been...
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's call us to defend. It would be next to impossible for... Anyway, enough chit-chat.
Ah, yes. These two...
Et encore, là, il manque encore la qualité avec la connexion, toi. Quand j'aurai la fibre et que j'aurai plus le pixel à l'image que j'ai à cause de mauvaise connexion internet, ce sera encore mieux, toi. Après, j'ai une fatigue aussi du fait que ça fait des années aussi que je stream et que je fais des vidéos. Toi, quand tu commences et quand tu as les premiers temps de tes vidéos, tu parles tout le temps. Tu es constamment en train de parler pour justement essayer d'attirer du monde et tout. De parler, tu sais, je parle dans la live, toi. Même quand il n'y a personne, tu parles tout le temps. Toi. Quand tu arrives à, comme moi, ça fait plus de 15 ans, 17 ans bientôt que je fais des vidéos, bah, au bout d'un moment, tu parles plus. Genre, quand il n'y a pas d'interactivité, t'as plus envie de donner de l'énergie dans le vide, toi. Donc t'attends qu'il y ait une personne, deux personnes. Dès que t'as une personne qui commence à parler dans le chat, tu vas parler après, toi. Mais tant qu'il y a personne qui écrit un message, un bonjour, rien du tout, bah, tu laisses des blancs. Donc c'est vrai que ça peut baisser peut-être la qualité pour certains, mais c'est bizarre, quoi.
Jokes aside, I'll be staying in the city for a little.
Alors, Marcel. Ça, il est en dessous. Hop. Par contre, toi, quand il y a les personnes qui sont sur le stream et qui discutent, comme là on a avec Capsule ou El Capette, toi, les modérateurs, ah ben tu peux m'entendre parler pendant une heure, je peux te faire un monologue pendant une heure sans problème, toi.
Hello, how may I help you?
I'm here to see Marcel.
Sure, I will let him know.
Va chercher Marcel, va. Toi, c'est ton... Tiens, je me suis acheté deux nouveaux mangas, d'ailleurs, je suis en train de me dire. J'ai pas partagé sur Discord.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel.
Faut dire, la dernière fois, pendant le stream, comme il y avait personne, pendant que les cinématiques, c'est tentant, t'as les cinématiques qui durent 20 plombes, j'ai eu le temps quand même de faire un montage vidéo sur mon téléphone, partager mes réseaux sociaux, des trucs genre sur Instagram et compagnie, plein de trucs comme ça, j'ai eu le temps de le faire pendant tout le temps d'une cinématique où les personnes qui discutaient. Genre les cinématiques ou les conversations comme ça, je parle pas parce que je laisse les gens aussi profiter du jeu, toi. Et je profite aussi du jeu. Que je me fais kiffer avant de kiffer les autres.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Hop, voilà. Je l'ai mis dans l'image si tu veux jeter un œil. En fait, à Leclerc, j'ai réussi à trouver deux mangas pour le prix d'un. C'est un petit pack, deux tomes pour le prix d'un. Donc j'ai pris Dan Dadan, oui, et Undead Unlock. C'est vachement coloré comme truc, j'ai dit, bah, je vais voir.
And there was also, if not for the vigilance of my partner,
you're giving us too much credit.
Bah après là, les blabla comme là, Genshin c'est blabla qui dure pendant une heure, donc tu vois limite je skippe la moitié des conversations parce qu'il n'y a pas plus d'intérêt que ça. Toi, au bout d'un moment, moi qui enregistre en même temps que je stream, je passerai genre une heure juste avec les conversations parce que ça dure beaucoup trop longtemps, toi. Par contre, d'autres trucs comme le Final Fantasy, les conversations sont plus courtes. Et t'as ces sacrées cinématiques. Donc là, toi, vraiment, je me mets en mode kiff, je profite, cinématique et tout, toi. Sachant que de base, j'ai même fait une scène, alors qui est pas bonne. Hop là. J'ai même fait une scène pour les grosses cinématiques où il n'y a pas ma tête dessus, toi. Pour vraiment mettre en mode kiff. Ah, c'est le côté. En haut ou en bas? Non, c'est en haut. Je pique de la bouffe. Pour dire là, je suis en train de finir aussi de faire les miniatures des anciennes vidéos YouTube. Salut Ina, comment tu vas? Je suis en train aussi de faire les miniatures des anciennes vidéos, les premières vidéos qu'on a sur la chaîne, pour les mettre avec la même charte graphique qu'on a sur les autres. Pour le contour vert, bleu, noir, sur un peu où tu fais avec mon petit logo toi en bas à gauche. J'ai dû faire peut-être 1700 miniatures sur les 3500 vidéos bientôt. Quoique je sais même plus, parce que je viens de vérifier, j'ai vérifié ça sur YouTube, je crois qu'on se rapproche des 4000 vidéos. Je crois que j'ai raidé dans les blabla. Je crois qu'on arrive à 3949 vidéos actuellement, short et vidéos comprises. Donc on arrive aux 4000.
Oh, and why is that?
J'ai vu. J'ai vu, j'ai même vu ton petit commentaire. Pareil, Nakero, n'hésite pas à mettre, ou même Inata, si tu veux qu'elle vienne sur Discord, n'hésitez pas à mettre, si vous avez des questions dans la FAQ, ça permet de faire vivre aussi la chaîne, donc n'hésitez pas.
Given everything that, but who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex? Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible, but I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha.
Yeah. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him, and with funds from the confrérie, he could... Still really hard for me to... Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight...
Donc là, plus qu'un Florent.
Florent? It is true that he was closest to... But... Spina di Rosul...
So you're saying he's too...
Exactly. He can't... Who could it be?
Ah bah avec Marcel alors. Ah ça va, ça va. Toi on est en train d'avancer Genshin Impact. Le mode histoire, on est dans la dernière zone du jeu. Actuellement, je me mets avec guillemets parce que tu sais, à chaque mise à jour, il rajoute du contenu, il rajoute... on aura bientôt une nouvelle map d'ailleurs. Pas de soucis, t'inquiète pas. Après de toute façon, dans tous les cas, Inata elle est avec toi. Donc si elle a une question, elle peut te le dire et toi tu peux le poser. Donc après vous pouvez avoir le même compte pour tous les deux, toi. Moi ça me dérange pas. Et il y a ça aussi, je sais pas si tu connais Anakero. Toi si tu aurais le lien que je mets là, linktree.ee, t'as un seul lien et tu peux mettre tous tes réseaux sociaux dessus. Ce qui fait que les gens qui vont aller dessus, toi ils cliquent et tu peux avoir tous tes réseaux en une seule page. Ça peut être pratique pour, au lieu d'avoir 1 milliard de touches, au moins là-dessus, toi, ils peuvent vraiment aller là où ils veulent, toi. Ils n'ont plus qu'à cliquer sur ce qui les intéresse et hop, c'est parti.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Ah bah nickel.
Yeah.
Elle a bien fait.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so...
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui Harbinger.
Ah, qu'est-ce que tu fous, ta régulière?
Well, He's been accused of being the true culprit behind the
Wait, how? None of our investigation.
That's what I thought was strange about it. So I can. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the.
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah.
I understand. Huh? Split up? What do you mean? Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention, you're right. This is... I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you.
We'll help you.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver. When did...
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson, and it's our hope that...
Donc on fait quoi, nous? On va au tribunal ou est-ce qu'on va à l'autre?
Now that Navia has set out for Erinias, we should also get going.
T'inquiète pas de soucis, Anekero. T'inquiète pas.
So let's head over.
Prenez soin de vous, tous les deux. Trouvez l'entrée du quartier général. C'est dans l'eau, je peux les...
Production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Ah, et ça, c'est super beau, je trouve, quand même. Niveau diversité gameplay, là, c'est cool d'avoir maintenant les scènes sous l'eau.
Finally found it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. Ah, you're right. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right...
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel, in which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that. I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going... In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with... Huh? What's going on? What?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbin.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last, but that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court.
Oh, please. Did you ever... We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true and if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be...
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to...
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who...
That person... Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières! Huh? What Confrérie?
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosso?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an and if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss members of the guards. Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney.
Apologies, sir. It all just happened so quickly. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between...
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived...
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots.
Navia, do you really think... Come on. Why would I do that? Callus was... If that's enough to make me a...
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the...
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about...
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted... During the banquet, all attending guests... When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun. The guards' investigation did not... The suspect did not dispute this conclusion. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Claret. These are the known facts of...
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. In truth, after that, Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the ability...
Peine de crime.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead. A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself, but now it is clear that since it... The testimony of the victim's family, however, unfortunately... Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the truth.
So that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide...
But I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicates...
Then, may I ask some questions? 1. Do you have the evidence to back up your...
I'm a... Boo! I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all...
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider...
Why do I feel like for real?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself.
Alternatively, she's become more diligent.
My
ça te prend, parce que vu
second
que la dernière fois, elle
question
fait de la
has to
merde.
do with the... Then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought
C'est
about
Mizuki.
this too.
Pardon,
And
j'étais
the
concentré
answer
sur
is
mon...
actually the dissolving power.
sur mon
My
affaire.
father could have exposed it
Comment
for
tu vas,
all to
Mizuki?
see, but he chose to take at that time what was certain how...
Boss once told me that
Mizuki, c'est
Demoiselle
Boruto, ça,
had
Mizuki,
already
non?
been...
What?
If the secret had gotten out, of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter. But what good would that do? How can a hollow vert had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its? But by staying silent, we retain the. I was able to become Spina, and once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will. So,
Fontaine.
You mean to say, your father intended?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the.
So, during the duel.
Yeah, as a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonor in my line of work. I've seen all kinds of people give just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's...
Right? What she said was
Wait, weren't they just talking about this?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. And, at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because the culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were coincidentally. Marcel attended both.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reason, I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your...
No need to appeal to pain.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, on top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the time?
I don't know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you... But if I were to dismiss that, do you know what the biggest flaw in your reason...
I suppose you're gonna...
It's timing, again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's pay... But the disappearances began...
I do apologize, demoiselle.
No.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I... Could those records and testimonies do something to appease...
Seems like she got the wrong... At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing...
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings, but aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations, right? He wished for you to become, once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into...
This isn't just about me. And the biggest difference between the people whose families were destroyed, many people's, and whose image is it a man...
Huh.
Oh, so you do...
I'm merely surprised. You'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting.
Maintenant, on va chercher les preuves qui nous manquent avec l'autre équipe. Hop, c'est par là. C'est quoi ce truc? Organiser l'équipe? Bah c'est bon, mon équipe est organisée déjà.
This one's got your name on it. Feeling lucky?
Là c'est fait. Alors, activer. J'ai ouais, on a dit un ascenseur mais.
Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Es-tu joueur ou joueuse de Genshin, Mizuki? Si oui, la question qu'on a l'habitude de poser ici, c'est quelle est ta zone dans le jeu préférée? Donc entre Fontaine, Mondast, etc. Et ton top 5 de perso. que tu préfères. Pas obligatoirement méta, mais toi, mais au moins ceux que tu préfères, skin, esthétique et tout. T'as pas envie de briser la glace.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
T'inquiète, pas de soucis. Y a pas de soucis. Je disais donc, si t'es joueur ou joueuse de Genshin, et souvent on pose la question ici justement de, pour ceux qui jouent au jeu, quelle est ta zone préférée? Donc entre toutes les zones du jeu, Fontaine, Mondast, Liyue et compagnie, et ton top 5 de persos préférés. Sachant qu'on ne parle pas obligatoirement des méta, mais au moins des persos que t'adores l'esthétique, leur histoire, etc.
But this is still a ways away from where we need to go. Feeling lucky? Ha, watch out!
Si t'as du mal à m'entendre, n'hésite pas à le dire, parce que c'est vrai que je parle un peu avec la bouche de travers vu que j'ai une bonne rage dedans. Donc j'ai la lèvre gonflée, donc j'ai un peu de mal à articuler, donc si tu as du mal à comprendre, n'hésite pas à me le dire. Je suis à combien de mes pierres d'ailleurs? 9, ça j'ai de la marge. Perso favori, personnage favori, Furina, Yaemiko, Line, Ayaka. Ok, c'est un bon set. Avec son grand frère donc Ayato. Et ma région préférée, Inazuma. Inazuma est très jolie. Je suis à la garde, Inazuma est très jolie. J'avais du mal moi à choisir vraiment entre Inazuma ou Fontaine, parce que en dehors de Fontaine, ouais, côté très européen et tout, c'est le côté aussi que tu as double gameplay entre Fontaine et la version aquatique, et Sumeru avec la version elfique et la version désertique. Sumeru fait partie de mon set préféré, parce que j'ai toujours kiffé, j'adore le côté heroic fantasy, on va dire, de la partie forêt, et la partie très égyptienne du désert qui est très sympa, je trouve aussi, quoi. Moi, dans mon top 5, j'ai en premier, t'as équivalent entre Wriothesley, d'où mes fringues de mon avatar, et Nevillette. Et après, c'est vrai que tous les autres persos sont très proches des loups, comme Pino avec Anubis, ou Razor avec son côté loup-garou. Moi, j'ai beaucoup de persos que j'apprécie beaucoup dans le jeu. Déjà, mon top 1, déjà, ça reste Nevillette et Vrio. D'ailleurs, j'ai hâte qu'ils reviennent Vrio, parce que là, Nevillette, dans 20 jours, on va pouvoir l'avoir. Ça, c'est cool. On part ce set avec. Mais Wriothesley, on sait pas du tout quand il revient, donc... On a créé le compte fin novembre, donc on est en train de rattraper tout le jeu en 2-3 mois là. Alors.
After all that, though, as expected, the mastermind. That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence. What's all this? make accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box. Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why? Huh? You mean the girls from the... And then they were turned into... And all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Let's see what's written here. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be... This should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have not determined the exact content of the old dog's a real menace to deal with. He can act whenever he wants to. I concur. Let's send someone to kill... Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
Rapport d'enquête de Callas. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a par là?
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the water. Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth? Yep, it's...
Donc la Sainte, oui, c'était la boisson là qui apparaît dans VH Poisson. Donc ça c'est bon.
Looks like some kind... Experiment number 16 aims to verify... The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Females... Sorry, traveler. Paimon will try her best. How can someone write something that terrible? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going. So that's why... Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way
En fait, il cherche un moyen de dissoudre les gens, mais de les faire revenir. Ou est-ce que c'est juste dissoudre complètement et basta quoi?
Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... So that's it? No, that's not it either. If that's the case... In any case...
Oula, j'ai pas vu ça.
Oh, look! There's an important looking basin over here. And it's full of water. That means this is where they make all this. If you dilute it with normal water, Paimon will take notes of...
Ah, tout?
We've looked at almost everything here. Yeah. We haven't found anything that would... No wonder even Nervalette wasn't able to find... That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit. Sure thing.
Ah, il nous manque un truc. Il nous manque un truc qu'on n'a pas encore. Ah. Oh, c'est bizarre parce qu'il nous manque un document. Mais comment on a ce document-là? C'est bon, c'est bon.
Then you... Aw. It's just... so many. The final name she... Marcel... Wait, but...
Bon, on a toutes les preuves.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named... Oh. I was waiting.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my...
Just how often do you intend to...
It's all right, Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their confidence...
But the truth of it, Marcel, is...
Huh?
We've investigated your lair after your lover, Venier, was dissolved. You kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vacher.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera perform... And with that, Marcel's...
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior time... Well, Marcel... You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people of... So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we...
You also never understood Boss's real expectations.
Or our determination to see things through.
You're determined.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise...
Do you think... Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it... No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers, they said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all... Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's... You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice. Your Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes. But I'm not from this blasted place. So I can't be...
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve. Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go, I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me. Don't anybody come near me. Venier, please, Venier.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia, no...
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show...
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearance.
Okay, chef.
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover, Venier. During an underwater expedition, Venier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovery. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth. The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against.
Bah ouais, mais on connaît déjà le résultat. Hein. Vacher est coupable.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice, guilty.
Guards! Take... Good. It's what he...
With that...
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would...
Et Navia va pouvoir enfin enterrer psychologiquement son père. Ça c'est cool.
Are you okay?
Demoiselle, you were absolutely
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You...
Yeah.
Elle a restauré l'honneur de son père. Elle a cherché le terme.
It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to, so if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now?
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict...
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real...
Please respect the laws of Fontaine.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need...
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to... We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict.
Il dit qu'il est coupable, je suis mort de rire.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique... Guilty.
What?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say... What's with this verdict? Is your justice...
Huh? This has never happened before. The
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearance?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. Guards, please take the suspect in...
Mais pourquoi?
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Version démoniaque.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Oh putain, comme il est vraiment le couché. Ah, il a une petite entaille. Non, c'est plutôt le sang de l'autre. Vraiment, il a claqué les doigts, il fait coucher sa bête. Paf.
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established, all I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
I don't know what happened.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but...
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not?
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed? Don't tell me. You thought even I had...
But the way she looked just now...
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took... And... if you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances, everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond... All shall be revealed in time. You will come... Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this...
So she chose to make her escape out.
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock?
She probably just put on that performance to save face. However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity, just as I promised.
All right. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to...
Pauvre Taglia. Mais je m'attendais pas à ce que Nevillette fasse vraiment coucher Salbait et couche Tardaglios effectivement quoi. Après c'est neuneux hein. Le petit neuneux il est chaud patate hein.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him! Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Marcel! What are you...
Stop resisting arrest! Cease! No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vacher? I erased all records of that name.
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up, you've...
Really? You did? You're sure? The Fountain of Lucine? Then... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take...
What? Give an inch...
Paimon agrees!
This request, is it worth as...
Of course! Wait...
Humans. Will they be... Very well.
Your Honor.
I will go with him. You...
Thank you. Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that...
Vacher!
Ah!
Yes, that's it! So...
Vinier, it's me!
Vacher?
I'm here!
Hey, wait!
Vinier, is that you? It's...
Vacher? Why did you come? You look a lot older than I remember.
It's been more than 20 years. All this time. Only the thought of bringing you back. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd... Vinier, you are my everything. I really don't know how...
But Vacher, if you ask me,
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably... If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts. If not for you, I would at least have been
peut-être pas
able to
sympa ce
take
qu'elle dit
care
quand
of
même.
my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone. It's all because of yours.
Wait, you are not...
You're right. I am not Vigne. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back, our thoughts circulated endlessly within. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemonade, the only one I am not.
Why? But then, where is Vignier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. This is what you get for your selfishness. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and the only thing you are not is from the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Tu m'étonnes.
No!
You still don't understand, but on top of that, she said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no Vache. Vache? 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 Drown.
Littéralement, c'est la vengeance des victimes, quoi. C'est la justice des victimes. Moi, j'irais même tant mieux. Hein. Vu ce qu'il a fait, il méritait pas mieux. Hein. Enfin, oui. Pour bâcher.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Huh. Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimons are...
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon.
Sounds like you're...
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died. Since this time, though, everyone in Poisson...
So his name's definitely been cleared.
It's been the dearest wish of the...
Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate.
Huh? So you know Charlotte?
Yeah, way back. I believe the story was called The True... To be fair, though, she was trying to lean on our friend.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I told her to make sure... Oh, and...
Oh, are you two...
While you were investigating Vache's headquarters, Cloran, it was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted...
Oh, that's great.
Anyway, now... Oh, actually...
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth. And on top of that...
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
Sure thing.
And in that case, everyone...
Yeah, you're right.
Alors, on doit aller où?
Huh? There's... Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my...
Don't...
Sorry about...
Oh, I wanted to show my father how much I've grown, but still...
In that case, I will stop.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions in any case.
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a... There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything... Oh, rather than that, which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important. But Mr. Callis proved me utterly if not for his sacrifice. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, and in the end, from a certain perspective, a justice that's higher than... So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. This regret has filled me with a sadness that is haunted. That high and mighty chair in the opera Epicles indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work.
I'm sorry. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but...
Sorry about that.
Didn't I just...
Ah, so Navia, let's not disturb them for now. We could... Paimon's never paid... Huh? Oh no. Anyway, Neuvillette is still...
Don't cry, Hydro Dragon. Don't cry.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Not?
We ran into Navia on the streets today.
I see.
Um...
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my... Your sibling. Another blonde-haired traveler. If she ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? My apologies. However, I still believe the judgment of the oratrice.
But you all...
For many years, I have been quite aware that the oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's... Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, which is all to say I have been prepared for a...
So when...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the oratrice does have a methodology all its own. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. While we do intend to get to... If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Is there anything else? That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize?
That's right! It was Linny that...
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro are.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro?
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels, and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, if the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way...
Is there anything else you...
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that...
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say...
Huh. So it really...
But today, the primordial sea no longer... What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case.
Huh. So that's how it is.
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture love... To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its law. Is there anything else? Very well. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind.
You really are...
Crime and villainy do not have the day off. And so just...
All right. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Pas vraiment. La pluie s'est pas vraiment arrêtée, Paimon. Non, plus toujours. que je voulais faire? Je sais plus. Je voulais jeter un œil à un truc, mais je sais plus ce que c'était. On va commencer, hop, voilà. On va mettre notre constel déjà.
Finally, the rain has stopped.
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
Count me in.
Oh, nickel, je vais pouvoir aller faire mon petit boss. On fait une micro coupure, on arrive.
Surtout partagez, likez et ouvrez.